Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins game review. This is a big win versus the Royals, and that's because it's a long homestand. It's the Royals. We need to win these games, right? So a huge win tonight. It wasn't pretty, but we found a way to win. We're going to go through the checklist and everything here in a second, but that is absolutely huge to get the win tonight. Let's just go to the box score right away. 11-9 was the score. They out-hit us. Last night I told you, I said it's hard to win games when the other team out-hits you. They had 15 hits. We only had 11. But we found a way to push across every single hit. That's not true because we did score 4 of our 5 walks, which is really good. But 11 hits, 11 runs, very good for us. They had 15 hits on 9 runs. We also made 2 errors. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But May, he gets the win, his 4th of the season, throws 1 pitch to get the win. Lovelady gets the loss, and Romo gets his first Twins save. And he also has number 18 on the year. So very good for him. We're going to go through the plays really quickly because I know that's super important to you guys, and then we'll get into pitching. But let's start off in the top of the first inning when Soler singles and Whit Merrifield scores. Whit Merrifield led off the game with a single. So he came around to score after he stole second base and all that. So it was 1-0. But then the Twins came back, put 2 runs on the board. Max Kepler doubles to lead off the game. And Nelson Cruz, 27 home runs on the season. That is fantastic. Really hit that one high. It was a 35-degree launch angle. I mean, that one went woo and then came down. So good job for him to get 27 on the board. He will easily hit 30 by the end of the year. He is 20 for 53, which I think is 377 batting average with 10 home runs, 20 RBIs in his last 15 games. How about that? Nelson Cruz has been on fire, and he had a couple of doubles tonight as well. 5 RBIs for him, which is that's his 3rd 5 RBI game this season. It puts him 2nd all-time in Twins history at that mark. So how about that for Nelson Cruz? Puts us up 2-1. Now, in the second inning, we doubled their lead 4-1, and that's because Luis Arias walked. He got to second on a wild pitch. Marwin Gonzalez gets him over to third base, and Castro walks. So runners on the corners. Adrianza's sacrifice fly. We're up 3-1, and Max Kepler doubles Castro home. It is 4-1. Again, things are looking really good at this point. I mean, this was very similar to the Marlins game. A couple of zeros in the 3rd inning, but in the 4th inning, yes, Perez struggled, and we'll get to that after all the batting and everything. But here you go, home run to Hunter Dozier. He actually gave one up in the 5th inning as well. But home run to Dozier, single to Soler, single to Cuthbert, and then a sac bunt balk. That scores a couple of runs there, and it is 4-3 Twins. But in the 5th inning, they took the lead. Home run by Gallagher, and then Merrifield reaches on an error. We'll talk about the errors in a second, but also Hunter Dozier hits another home run. So the home run is definitely what beat us tonight, and of course I'll talk about this when I get to Perez, but other than that, we were fine. Except for Dyson. Well, again, I'll talk about that in a second, but this is the point I'm trying to make. Yes, Perez really did struggle tonight. Not his best performance, but why are people freaking out when it's a 5-4 game and the Twins still have 15 outs to work with? I mean, they had given up 12 outs and scored 4 runs in those 12 outs. And people are freaking out. Like, oh my gosh, Twitter needs to stop talking because that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. They had 15 outs to work with to get 1 run across. Stop freaking out. This is a Twins team that hits the ball late in games. They've never really, besides the 3rd inning, I mean, when they've scored the most runs, this is a team that really works the middle innings. Once they see the pitcher a couple times, gets to their bullpen, that's their strength. There was no need to worry, and that really makes me upset that people worry on Twitter so much, but even, because it was 5-4 there. We scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. We were back on top, just like that. Max Kepler walks, Polanco singles, Cruz doubles. It's a tie game. And then Eddie Rosario singles, who has hit the ball hard off the wall 3 times in the last 4 games or something. 4 times in the last 3 games. My goodness, he is getting robbed of home runs. But we were up 6-5. Again, nothing to worry about. They did score a run in the top of the 6th inning. Double scores. And it's tied at 6. But we came back in the bottom of the 7th inning. Of course, this is where we really did our damage. 5 runs across. And it all started with Max Kepler walking on a very controversial strike 3 call. It looked like it was over the plate. I tell you what, That umpire was absolutely bad. Was it West? I think it was Joe West. My gosh, he is bad. Oh, man, he is almost as bad as Angel Hernandez. But Max Kepler walks. I guess we'll take it. Double by Polanco, double by Cruz, and it is 8-6. Then Eddie Rosario singles and Miguel Sano singles. And it is 9-6 at this point. But that's not it. They make a substitution. Arise grounds out but scores a run. Then Castro comes up and gets an infield single as well. It is 11-6. And at this point, I'm not worried. I know a lot of people are still a little worried, especially when they see Dyson come out, and we're going to talk about this in a second. He gives up a double and a single, but then Miguel Sano, busted bat, single, they give him the error, 2-run score. Yes, Dyson did bad, but it's not his fault, and we're going to get to that in a second. But Gallagher then singles, it's 9-11, and we do get out of the inning after Merrifield singles, so a lot of hits. Yes, I get there's a lot of hits right there, but that's not the problem. The problem is there's absolutely no defense to back the Twins up. And I get that, yes, it is on Dyson, but it's also on the defense. I wouldn't feel comfortable if I was a pitcher letting my defense work in these situations anymore, because it is very frustrating to me to watch the Twins suffer on defense. So again, we got through it. Romo came in and shut it down. Let's go to the pitching. So like I said, Perez, he didn't balk in a run, but he did balk. And he also gave up 7 hits, 5 runs in 5 innings. Again, not his best inning of work, but people really jumped on him. And that really makes me sad because he's not a bad pitcher. Yes, I think he would work better in the bullpen. I've said that for a long time. He has been a good starter, but he didn't walk anybody. I mean, this is a guy who has struggled with walks and has let those walks come around to score. Tonight was the home run ball. I would rather give up solo home runs than give up walk, home run, walk, home run, and it's 5-0. That is a very positive thing for Martin Perez in this game, to not walk anybody. If he gets the home runs down, keeps the ball in the park, he's fine. Nothing to worry about. I don't think it was his worst performance. Yes, maybe numbers-wise it was, but who cares? Giving up solo shots to Hunter Dozier, he's a good player. He's got a lot of power. I'm not too worried about it. Thorpe came in. He did his job. He got through 4 outs, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run. Not his worst performance, not his best. He got the job done. Now, May hasn't pitched since July 21st. He throws 1 pitch and gets the win. How about that? I mean, he hasn't pitched in 11 days. And then, because he struggled, but all of a sudden pitches 1 pitch and gets the win because they put up 5 runs and don't look back. How about that? Now let's talk about Dyson. I'm going to talk about Dyson in his own video tomorrow, and I think he's okay. I get that it's, it looked bad for him, and people are making vacuum jokes. It's not funny, but I'm going to explain this tomorrow. I promise everything is okay with him. There is a couple of things that I am a little worried about. He's keeping the ball way too high in the zone, and he's not a strikeout guy, but he's not blowing anything past him, and that's what is concerning me. They look like they're going to swing at that sinker that stays up. Why wouldn't they? It's not moving, breaking bats or anything like it did the one time, and then he broke the bat, and then it didn't help him, but you know what I'm saying. I'll explain it all tomorrow as well, so come back for that. And Romo did his job, 4 outs, gave up 1 hit, but struck out 2. And the only thing I have a problem with in Romo's pitching is he throws that slider so much. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it in the last inning. Soler absolutely teed off on a ball that hit the bricks in left field, just foul. I like his stuff. He's got a disgusting 76-mile-an-hour slider that moves like woo. But the thing is, when he misplaces it, people are all over it. It's only 76 miles an hour, and then his fastball is only 85. Yes, that is a very good difference because of the way they move. But when he misses, people will make him pay for it. And of course, we haven't really seen anything like that yet because he hasn't allowed a run in like 13 innings or so. But that's just something to keep an eye on. Yes, he's done very well right now, but it's also, he pitched in the National League. Well, so did Dyson, but I don't know. Maybe they haven't just seen enough footage on him. I know there's footage out there for everybody to look at, but they just haven't seen much on him. I'm not skeptical on Romo. I think he's doing very well, but I'm just saying things could happen and it could flip, and Dyson could be the guy like Romo in a couple of starts, and then Romo is back in Dyson's spot. I think it's just people jump to conclusions too quickly. It's only Romo's third appearance and Dyson's second. Give him some time. But let's talk about the batting one more time. We'll go through the rest of the numbers. We only hit 1 home run tonight, Cruz, in the first inning. We scored 10 runs, or was it 9? It was 9. 9 out of our 11 runs off of pretty much doubles. I mean, Kepler hit 2 doubles, Cruz hit 2 doubles, Polanco hit a double. But that's what really stole the show tonight. Kepler went 2 for 3 with 2 walks, I should say, and an RBI and 3 runs. He has been very good at the top of the lineup lately, and he's got his average up to 268. That's pretty much right where you want it, in my opinion, for a leadoff guy. Then Polanco had a good night, back up to 300 average, 2 for 5 with 2 runs. Cruz had a huge night, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs, a walk, and 2 runs. A good night for him. Eddie Rosario, 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run. Should have had 2 home runs in any other park, pretty much. Sano went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. I mean, look at that. Every single guy, the top 5 guys, had at least a run, at least a hit, and all but Polanco had an RBI. How about that? Arise went 0 for 3 with an RBI and a run. Also had the walk. Gonzalez 0 for 4. He's been struggling, I think, as of lately. But Castro 1 for 3 with that infield hit that got him an RBI and a run. And then Adrianza 0 for 3 with an RBI on the sac fly. So a pretty good night, though, for the Twins. It wasn't pretty, like I said, but they got the job done. They got the win. That's what matters. And you're looking for the series tomorrow. I will be at the game tomorrow. That should be fun for Joe Nathan bobblehead day. He'll be added to the collection up there, as well as his retirement ceremony, as he's going into the Twins Hall of Fame. Not retirement ceremony, but you know what I'm saying. So I'll be there at the game tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. But also check out that Sam Dyson video tomorrow, because I think it'll clear up a lot of things, or at least express my opinion on it. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already and you're a Twins fan, or just like what I'm doing here. And make sure to click above my head right about here if you missed yesterday's video or any of the discussions that I've been doing. So thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.